Hi, this is Eric Boysko. I'm going to try to give you a brief summary of the package study that was started on June 24th. I thought it would take me a couple of weeks and ended up taking me a couple of months because it was a lot more complex than I thought it was going to be. This is just a quick study. The quick summary. The study is 5 pages long, and I guess I can email it or get it out there if you want more details. But the bottom line is Hideaway Hills and these packages receives about 501 packages for the last 12 weeks. Everything goes to security. There's really no low cost or option. The purpose of the study was to develop a long-term solution, taking into consideration all the costs, monthly and initial, the liability and privacy concerns, the ease of implementation, and sustainability, and then also to minimize security's dependence. The reason why they want to minimize security dependence, again, because it's not an amenity. It's something that not everybody uses the service, so it's something we looked into. HIPAA has been discussed in the past. I've spoken with probably 3 or 4 or 5 different people that are familiar with HIPAA. The bottom line is it's not an issue. We do have privacy concerns. That's why security handles it. That's why volunteers makes it a little bit more difficult as one of the options. I spoke with Amazon and a couple different times. I've spoken with UPS drivers. I've spoken with UPS Regional in Lancaster. I've spoken with United States Postal Service, Randall in security, a couple of security people, Randy, the general manager, as well as other people. So this is not, any data I'm giving you is pretty much all encompassing. And again, it's all in the report. So some of the suggestions that were kind of dead ends is let the carriers deliver to homes. Reason we can't, and one of the things when I reached out to UPS and Amazon said, hey, we were looking for a partnership to help pay for part of this because we feel that their job is a lot easier, not able to deliver to the homes. Problem is, UPS, for example, says that the driver can lose their job if they damage a truck. The truck has to be able, their UPS standards has to be able to go up a driveway, turn around and come back, or if not up a driveway, has to be able to turn around anywhere in the streets, and go back. So it makes it difficult for here to have the members do the work. Members can do some of the work, but again, people get their packages at 7 in the morning, 7 at night, and 7 days a week, and probably even later than that and earlier than that. So having volunteers just makes it very difficult. Educating members to use their post office boxes, yeah, that's difficult because nobody wants to go to Sugar Grove or Bremen to pick up if those boxes are empty. Start a home delivery services within the hills. Hey, we've got 31 miles of roads. What's that going to cost? It wasn't feasible. And allow members to purchase their own lockers, but again, and then there would be no cost. But that option, we need to have a lot of lockers. I looked into having an Amazon public hub where Amazon pays for the lockers, but we didn't have a public space, and we can't just limit it to members. Once they see it's inside of our gates, they denied us, and they actually did deny us on August 13th. Could we put something outside of our gates for public? We certainly could. The downside is it's only allowed for Amazon lockers, so it wouldn't completely solve the problem. We looked at, Amazon's got a new product called Amazon Apartments. We're not an apartment, but we're a gated community with no carrier access. So the pros is that anybody can, all the carriers can access it. Amazon provides the lockers, the member alerts, the service. All members would be responsible for getting the app, putting their information in. They would receive a notice, come down to the lockers, pick it up. And again, Amazon doesn't care if the package comes from them, from Target, from Walmart, or who the carrier is, it's available. The downside is we would need to buy the lockers from Amazon. For 167 lockers would be about $32,500. And I think that's the minimum amount, although Amazon was definitely disagreed with my assessment and strongly encouraged a good starting point is 327 lockers. Again, we're averaging 501 packages a week. That's today. That's not taking in the holiday season, which will probably double that number as well. So if we get 167 packages and we're averaging 7,200 a day, that means every package would have to be picked up probably every day and only a few left over for the next day. Doesn't mean we can't add on over the time, but again, we kind of want to do it right the first time. Amazon provides all the service. We would just need to have somebody track it on a daily basis, because if packages are left there too long, it would be our responsibility to clean it out. And that's something that somebody could easily do once a day. The lockers will vary in size from the size of an envelope to something as big as 3 feet wide by 6 feet tall. That could be, a locker could literally be one full locker. It's kind of a waste to have those big lockers, because again, that's just one item that can go in there. So we've got some flexibility, is the point that I'm trying to make on that. All the lockers, we could have indoor, outdoor. We don't really have a space for indoor, and indoor is going to be costly. So my suggestion was them to go with the outdoor apartment lockers, and those numbers that I quoted you, again, for 167 compartments. That's not 167 lockers. It's 167 compartments. It's about $32,500, or have 327 compartments would be about $56,500. Amazon, when I asked how negotiable they are, there is some room to negotiate in there too. Again, all we need to do is supply the asphalt slab or concrete slab and electric outlet, and they will take care of the internet. And again, everything will be outside. Again, we'll need to have somebody in charge of making sure that the lockers are cleaned out on a regular basis. Not only clean, wiped out, I mean if packages sitting there too long. There will be a kiosk on there, so if you receive your alert and you don't have your alert, you can access the kiosk to get your packages out there too. Some of the other things we considered is having volunteer package people. Again, how many days a week would we volunteers willing to work, and what size? Opening a bay across the streets, the cost would be expensive, and then we would need somebody there, and then how secure would it be? Could we outsource it to one of the self-storage places or carry out? Certainly an option, but what would they charge us? And we lose control over it at some point. Maybe loses that long-term viability options. We can purchase our own lockers, but we've gotten 2 quotes on them. Amazon beat them completely to it. You know, it's going to be an opportunity for a fundraiser for somebody to do it or deliver it to the homes. Again, with 31 miles of roads, that's not a real realistic option that's out there too. How do we fund it? Again, at $1 a package, if you went with the lower number of lockers, a little over a year and you break even. If you went with the higher end, it would be closer to 3 years to break even. Again, that's $1 a package. Consider that your package is secure, that you know it's there, you get alerts coming from it's there. Even if it were able to be delivered to your house, there's no uncertainty that, I think they call them package pirates, might come by and you can snag them. So break down the costs. What's the cost actually? If security's spending 5 to 7 hours a day, at 5 hours a day, they're spending close to $26,000 a year to handle it. On the 7 hours a day, they're spending $33,000 a year, a little over that, for security, handle it too. And that's every day, that's every year. So once we have these paid off, I suspect our package numbers are going to only increase over the years, but we can certainly add to it. And there's a possibility that we can not only have them at the security gate, but also add lockers down the line, whether it be at the lodge or at other locations. The more we split them up, the more we lose our volume discount, and it costs us a little bit more. So some food for thought too. Again, it's 7 hours a day. Security is spending $35,600 a year. That's money that every year that's being spent. So again, I don't, full disclosure, I don't own Amazon stock or have any vested interest whether this gets, I think I get 10 packages a year. I just think that it would something that need to find some options and get it out of security's hands and let them do what they're supposed to do is keep this place secure. So that's all I have. If you have any questions, hopefully I'll be able to post this, the full study out there somewhere, or be able to have some type of follow-up at some point in time. So that's all I have. Thanks. Bye.